All right. We are live on Facebook and LinkedIn. Let's go live over on Instagram. Yes, we are live on Instagram. Hello, Stephanie.
Hello, hello.
Thank you.
I'm live on Instagram as well. We are connected.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's do this thing. Well, thank you all for joining us for another coaching conversation this Sunday evening. We appreciate it. We're going to be talking about attracting your dream clients on autopilot with Stefanie Julia, the Stefanie Julia. She is here, y'all. Can you believe it? And I'm Selena, also known as the Disrupt Her Coach. I help serve empowering Christian women that are struggling with who they are after cutting ties from narcissistic relationships so that they can know their power and divine identity to continue to go on and live a purposeful life on their own terms. So that's who I am. And I'm just so ecstatic. I don't know what else I'm supposed to be saying in this intro, but let's just get to it because we got.
I love this so much.
I do.
Let's do it.
I'm just glad we're here. So,
It's same.
Stephanie, I like to start these things off by saying, well, first of all, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for saying yes when I put the call out. It took us a minute to get here, but yeah.
Oh my goodness, y'all! I think it's been about 3 months.
It's all
It's
good. You know, everything happens in divine timing.
so
And
true.
so, with that being said, I like to start things off with asking, how do you show up in the world?
Ooh, you throw a big one on the intro. Okay, how do I show up? So I will say it's something that I keep hearing others tell me about myself, and it's very affirming because it's exactly what I want, and it's just with for 100% authenticity. Like, I don't really sugarcoat. Even sometimes people will be like, "Stephanie, why did you put that on Facebook? Why did you share that? You got a whole business to think about. You should think about what people think about you or something. I don't know, but for real, it's you've seen the turmoil and the drama and all the things that has gone in my life for the past year. And I want the reason why I do it, the reason why I share it is because there's a lot of folks that use social media to market their business, and they don't tell like the real stuff. Actually, real quick story. I know this is about to go on a whole tangent, but yesterday I shared that I funded my maternity leave on Facebook, and I got all excited. I'm like, listen, yes, exactly. That was a that was a feat, but that's not the point right now. The point was someone actually messaged me
Yeah.
directly and was
Hmm.
like, how are you doing it? I see you killing it. I see you doing all this stuff. How are you doing it? Every time I try to do something, I struggle. And I was like, because I don't quit. I don't give up. Like, I know I'm walking in my purpose. I know I'm walking in my passion. And
Yeah.
so with my passion, so I know I can't fail. So if I fall back, if I make a mistake or something happens, then it's just part of the process. I know I got to keep going to get to the win. And I want people to see, like, it's not all rainbows and rose petals over here to get to these wins. So that's
Absolutely. And I would second that I do see that you don't quit. I, that when we first got in the program, just for the record, we are in coaching. We are in a coaching community together. Another one of my coaching sisters, um, Hello Seven, and I used to feel like I would see you everywhere, and I was like, how in the world is she showing like this, right? And it's like you said, because you don't quit. I think that's beautiful to see. And with that said, with the not quitting, I feel like you broke the internet a couple weeks ago.
I did, and I still keep doing it. Y'all, I can't stand how everybody, all my reels with the bump pictures go viral, but every other reel talk about let's get to this money, let's get to this bag. Y'all like crickets. Y'all ain't right. It's not right. It's just not
Well,
right.
it's because it is authentic, right? It is authentic, and maybe they didn't know until they knew. Till you said boom. Here we are.
It is true. I think I held a really good secret for a long time.
A long time. Yeah. But my granny used to say, what's done in the dark will come to the light.
Always.
And so, baby, I don't want to say her name wrong. I would love for you.
I got it.
Are you sharing? Are we sharing baby name yet?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your beautiful baby's name?
Keziah. I don't have a middle name yet, so she's just known as Baby Keziah right now.
Baby Keziah. Hey, baby Keziah, you are loved. We prayed over baby Keziah earlier. I do that with all my guests. I pray over them and their prosperity and abundance for their businesses. So that's usually off camera, but just so y'all know.
It was beautiful, y'all.
That's what we do around here. I used to not do prayer out loud. I'm getting more and more comfortable as I do it. So I'm grateful for that. Because I wanted to just be in flow. And it was definitely flowing today.
Yes, I'm grateful for it. Oh, someone just commented on my Instagram. There's a few people. Oh, hey, folks from Instagram. Sorry, I was ignoring y'all. The vintage coach addict asked me, how did you decide on the name / meaning? So I'm gonna be a real millennial with this answer, and I'm almost embarrassed, like maybe even pushing Gen Z. I'm not pushing Gen Z, but like this answer is very Gen ZX.
Oh, okay. Let's see what you're working with.
So it has it is a biblical meaning though, so it's also very like old school, okay? Mm-hmm. But how it came to my attention was an Instagram reel that went viral. And if y'all remember, Fantasia did an interview with during her Color Purple tour. Mm-hmm. And she interviewed with this like podcaster, and the podcaster was like in tears, and Fantasia was like preaching to her basically.
Oh wow, I missed that one.
It was good. I'm gonna share it with you. It was a very good like moment.
Yes.
And so of course I'm listening to it, and she says, this is before I found out I was having a girl, by the way. I was stuck on this name. And she said that she names her daughter Keziah because and she talked about the story of Job. So if you're familiar, I won't go into it, but if you're familiar with the story of Job, he was up here and he went to the bottom. But then because of his faith and his resilience and just focus, he was given all the blessings tenfold, basically, right back. And Keziah is one of his daughters after because he lost everything, right? His family, his worldly possession, I had to go back and read the he said, hey, Color Purple coaches.
That's the first thing we noticed when we got on together. We're like, hey.
I didn't even, honestly, I really didn't think about it at the time, but it makes sense. As soon as I jumped on, I was like, yo, I wore her color. Perfect. Oh man, but yeah, that's where I got the name from, and it's Keziah with an H at the end in the Bible, but I just cut the H off because I like the number 5, and it was 5 letters.
That's my favorite number too, 5. We vibe in here. I like it. I like it
all the time.
So, wow, that's beautiful. Keziah is a beautiful name. Are we sharing when Keziah is making her delivery here on Earth?
July. Well, we're praying for July 1st, or at least a few days after that. Because I want all of my time. No offense, love you. Can't wait for you to be here, but I also can wait. I can wait. Yes.
Wait. Well, let's see what happens. July 1st it is. That's literally what, 29 or 30 days from now.
Yep, it's 4 weeks from today.
Yeah. Wow. All right, baby. Well, we looking forward to you making your arrival. So let's dive in. Can you share a common myth you hear about attracting dream clients?
Oh, yes. So, okay. I don't know if necessarily it's a myth, but it's something that I see a lot of the folks that come into my energy are doing. And even some client, like if she's listening to this, I'm talking about you. But I have a client who does this, and it is like It's a battle. It's
Okay.
this post and pray concept. Like,
Oh.
yes, where folks are blaming the algorithm
Mm.
for their lack of engagement, when, yeah, you're right, it's the algorithm, but do you know you can control your algorithm?
Ooh.
Yeah, you can affect your algorithm. The way that I do, y'all know the way that I do it is through ads. I do it very, because I don't have a lot of time. But before I ran ads, I still learned how to do it organically, and it's something that a lot of people don't spend time doing. But that is where your sales calls are booked, in the DMs.
Mm.
I'm gonna drop a nugget that, like, if y'all don't know, you can curate your news feed. You can curate your ideal clients' news feeds by just being in their DMs,
I
just
love
having
that.
a conversation. You
Ooh.
don't
So
sell one of them. Just talk
let
to
me
them.
let me break that down if I'm hearing that correctly. So if I'm communicating in the DMs with my ideal client, that'll impact their algorithm?
Yeah, when they're talking, whoever, so the same as it doesn't matter the intention with the conversation, it's the fact that you two are communicating with each other.
Each other.
So you're talking to her, so you start talking, like, I'm sure now my posts are all over your news feed, or that you're seeing more of mine because we've been in each other's DMs this past few days.
Yeah.
And the other way around is, if you're posting things, I'm now going to see more of yours, which is what's happening,
Right.
because now Instagram is like, oh, they know each other, they seem to like each other because they're talking to each other in
Yeah.
DMs. So let me show them more of their posts.
That is a hell of a cheat code. I
Yeah.
love that. So that's partly why people want you to comment, and then they'll send you something.
Yes, and to
Okay.
have a private conversation. So that's one reason. That's a easier way to get them in the DMs. But really, the reason why I do it is so that I can have a private conversation, and that's almost where my lead tracker is. So
Mm,
instead of you creating an Excel spreadsheet that tracks leads and all that, your DMs can be your lead tracker.
mm,
And
mm.
everybody that's in your DMs is someone that you want to continue to have a conversation with. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lead tracker is way more advanced, or not advanced. It's going to give you more uh,
Right.
information and data, but you can also just use your DMs if you're consistently talking to people that you want to work with.
I love that. That's gonna get me excited to get in the DMs a little bit more. I'm
Yeah,
used to really having real conversations. It's not usual. And me and my bestie are like, "Did you see this?" Did
yep,
you see-"
same. I'm like, all my girlfriends still message me on this account and my private account, but it's because I don't really use my private account, so they know I'm only going to see it
Go over
on
here
this
because you're
one.
getting them dollars.
Yeah, yeah.
I see. I see. I see. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, let's say a listener is struggling to define their ideal client. What are some brainstorming exercises they can do to gain clarity?
Ooh, I like this one. So, something that like, if I am on an ideal client like avatar call, in which you guys take this with a grain of salt. It depends on your business, how to attract, like how to identify who you want to work with. But let's go with the typical, like, ideal client avatar. But what I asked them to think about is, if you're already working with clients, who's like your client, your perfect ideal client that you've already worked with, and
Right.
use them to kind of start your thought process. My favorite way is a client muse. So there
Mm,
was somebody, even if it was you, right? A past version of yourself. There was somebody who inspired your drive to start doing this work. And a lot of coaches, it's themselves.
right.
It's like a past version. Like, I know for me, everything I built is for me, because I see it missing in the industry. So I built it so that if there's another person like me, they have a solution that I didn't have.
Ideal. I think that's the ideal way to go, right? Because then you've got everything that you kind of need already. You already know what you
Yeah.
need and what you're looking for. I feel like I see people though making it harder than it needs to be.
Yeah, because you get wrapped. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. Because I just got off of a VIP day today, and we had this conversation, and they were I shouldn't. I don't want to use the word struggling, but she was really like she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to talk about this perfect client, this you know
Oh, okay. She didn't
these
want to have a conversation.
yeah, because she didn't want to put herself into a box. And I was like, you're not put anybody tell you you are only going to work with this person. Like I've been known for years as a business coach for fitness coaches
Right.
for years. And for years, I didn't just work with fitness coaches. I worked with people who resonated with my message. But
Absolutely.
I hit the easy button on my content, on my lives, my live trainings, and anything that I did that I put out, my offer, like creating it, I was able to move fast because I got really, really clear on who I wanted to work with. Even the type of fitness coaches, because that's a really broad term.
Right.
Who I was talking to in my content, the like client muse,
Yeah.
honestly wasn't myself. It was someone who was an in-person trainer who wanted to transition into the online space.
Mm.
I have never been an in-person trainer, never wanted to be. Honestly, never wanted to be. And I started off as an online coach. So I always was an online coach.
Right.
But I made it easy on myself by getting really, really clear on the person that I wanted to work with. And it
Love.
was mission driven. So use a client muse. Like think of a easy way is like who inspired this offer, and
Right.
remember that it's just to help you build out your content, your marketing. Really, it's not when you get on a sales call, if they don't fit this archetype, you can't work with them.
Right. Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. That was good. That was good. So I'm known as the disrupt her coach in these streets. And so I
Yeah.
would love to know, what did you have to disrupt?
Why did is this the mommy brain thing? Because I had I was just like, what did I disrupt?
Yeah, and you've been out in the game a long time. Is there anything that you had to disrupt? And maybe not in coaching, but in your life?
Oh, we're not gonna talk about anything on there, but like, whatever. Y'all don't want to see me crying on this thing. But what came to my mind, like intuitively,
Mhm.
is actually a story I've never shared before.
Ooh, we get some tea, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been known to have that effect on people. They'll say, I don't know why I'm telling you all this stuff.
Oh, well, I was about to share it, but I believe in if you don't have like an immediate answer, take the intuitive one, take the one that comes the download.
That's
And
right.
for whatever reason came up, I actually had to disrupt myself and someone else.
Mm,
And it was it was a while ago. I used to be a business coach in a mastermind similar to the one that I had created last year. It
mhm.
was a business coaching program for fitness coaches. And um I was a business I was the sales team advisor. So like I ran the sales team. I did a majority of the sales calls. And then when they came into the program, I was the coach. I coached them through, that masterminds framework. But there was a CEO and she used to coach, but when I came in, she had moved into like CEO role.
Right.
This is pre Hello Seven Energy, all this. I was just like, she was my exposure to the business coaching world. And I
Yeah.
just thought this is like anything that she did was like, this is what the way you do it. And this is gold. But I learned so much.
Yeah.
So this lady became my mentor. Um, babysat her dog over Christmas vacation in her beautiful like mountain resort house. It was like a dream come true because
Yeah.
she lived in Denver when and then I had ended up moving there.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward, I had always even on so let me tell you, when I got on, I was her client before I became a business coach in her program. I was a client in the business coaching program. And that's how I created Catch Flights and Fitness. When I got on the sales call with her, I was so like blown away by this lady. Like I was like, I want to do what you do. You know, everybody asks, well, so what's your goal? What's your vision? And she asked me, I was like, I want to do what you do. I want to create a business coaching program just like you did. Like you are so inspirational. Like I'm coming into your program so that I can, have something to teach.
Right.
Because I wasn't really I think I was making maybe $1,000 to $2,000 a month.
Okay.
And so I was like, I want to learn how to really do this so that I can teach others like what
Yeah.
you're doing is amazing. And she was like, all right, bet I'll teach you. So she spent almost a year after that teaching me.
Oh,
And
wow.
about it, yeah, a year. Oh my gosh, it came full circle. So a year later, I was like, all right, I'm ready. I am ready to go. I am ready to start business coaching. And she was like, excuse me. Oh, and she basically told me that I had to choose between her program or my program, like her business and my business. And by this point, I was gearing up to be the president of her company. It was like this,
Oh,
I had tapped in, and I chose obviously my business. And when I say it was the hardest thing to do. It took me a minute to make the decision because I'm
yeah.
like, what if I just sneak around? What if there's, it's not like I have clients yet. I can do a
Yeah.
couple more months or something and convince her and all this stuff. And I just decided, I was like, bless and release. And afterwards, it was probably like, listen, y'all, it was not pretty at the end. She was not she was very upset with me. She could not believe that I chose myself over her. But I will still say to this day, I'm so grateful for that opportunity.
Yeah.
um, I say that's probably like me being disruptive because I think that was the first time that I really 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 chose my vision over the easiest path, because I probably would have made
Yeah.
so much money with that lady, like, becoming the president of $1 million like, come on, I would have been set up and still doing what I love. Like I
Yeah.
really loved, business. Like I still would have been able to do what I was doing, but I wouldn't have been able to do it the way that I wanted to do it. And that's
Right.
why I had to go and create my program, because there was a lot of push. Like I had to follow her framework, not one that I knew really would be powerful for um our people.
Absolutely. Understood. Understood. We know what need not be said. We know. Yes. I love this for you. I love this for you. And so what did that look like for you once you made that decision? Because everything comes down to a decision. And then what did that look like after that? Um, talk about the journey.
Um, it was tough. I'm talking like probably like I didn't launch my business right away. I was in my head a lot. I was scared because she was threatening me about if
Mm,
I if I launched this business, she was gonna sue me because you can't go and become a business coach after I just teach you how to become a business coach. I know it's very I didn't know better back then that this is like things that people did, like this is how business coaches are created, by getting coached, right?
right.
Um
At
I
least that's what I did.
Yeah, I didn't have that. I didn't have this context. So I was scared. I was like, but what am I supposed to do? Did I set myself up? Because I had told her in the beginning that this is what I wanted to create. So it took me a while. Like when I say the mind trash was abound, and something that someone told me that really took me out my head was that the that I was putting her opinion over like on a pedestal. And that if I truly believe that I have a divine purpose that was given to me and just me, then
Yeah.
I have an obligation to walk in that purpose and not let, someone, block my, it's not even block my blessing, but block me from moving in my purpose. Just she was like, what are you scared of? And I believe that this woman knew a little bit more, was like more seasoned in the industry. And so I just trusted her and started launching and telling people what I did and posting and I remember I blocked the business coach because anytime I post something, she would be in my DM. So even going in my DM started to become triggering. Like it was a whole mess for about like 3 to 6 months. And then, you know, after blocking her and just kind of bless and release, but
Yeah.
it was a little traumatic, but
I can see that.
I'm good now.
I can see that. I have some knowledge and experience with some triggering DMs and instant messaging. So I overstand. Wow. Wow. Well, and look at God, because here you are. So let's talk. I want to steer the conversation a little bit. We're going to come back to attracting the ideal clients, but look at the blessing in all of this, because you are soaring. And we talked about baby Keziah a little bit, but you also broke the internet, I think, the other day, because you talked about the fact that you funded
Oh,
your maternity leave.
yep,
So
I did it.
these are blessings that you're in alignment. There
The
might have been some curves on the path, but you are
fact,
in alignment, right?
there's no way. There's no way. There's a lot of things that have happened over just the past year alone that are just like I have to be walking in my purpose for this to keep happening, for me to keep getting almost like saved in that way.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Tell us a little bit about, so as coaches, we would love to be able to get those things that we desire and be in purpose. What does this look like, feel like for you to set the goal to fund your maternity leave after finding out you was pregnant because you didn't know you were, and
Child,
all of those things?
me.
So what's the journey of making that decision, identifying what the number needs to look like, and all of those things? Give us the tea.
Oh, you want all of it?
Hey, all that you're willing to share.
Oh, I don't mind. It's already been out. Well, it hasn't been out in story form, I should say. So you guys, I've moved now twice. I think I should say, yeah, twice in the past since I found out, or no, since I've been pregnant. I moved. Wait, no, one, two, three times.
Hmm.
Goodness. The first time I moved because I broke up with my now ex, and we were living together, and I was really only in Denver to nurture that relationship. So I left and moved my happy tail to my sister's house in Atlanta until I could figure out where I wanted to go.
Nice.
And like 3 days after I moved, all packed up my whole life, put in storage, and drove me and Happy to Atlanta, I found out I was pregnant. And
Oh,
yo, God.
right. What's going on?
What is this? Because I'm pretty sure I made a good decision here. So what's going on? 3 months later, I actually almost moved back to Denver, but I didn't. Some things happened that was like, you better, like, no one, I wouldn't have respected myself if I did that, even
Mhm.
with being pregnant. So I opted to move to Jersey, where my mom lives, where I grew up, and I can be really close to family. So um during that time, I made the decision to before that, let me this is the crazy part. So that happens on my personal life. In business, I had just launched a year-long one-to-one coaching program
Oh, okay. Wow.
and had clients. I think I had four four clients during that launch, maybe 4 or 5. I can't remember. But there's been a bit of a purge in a way, because I didn't think that I could support them when I was on maternity leave, right?
Right.
So I wanted my 3 months. I came out of my career a year at this time. It hadn't even been a year since I left that career. And
Mm-hmm.
I had 3 months of maternity leave saved up because, as a woman, I just thought, maybe it might happen. I wasn't planning for it or nothing, but I
Yeah.
had that leave already saved up. It's gone now. So I had to figure out, how do I create that as a full-time business owner now?
I
Um,
love.
I had I had a plan. Let me tell you how that plan fell out and didn't work. And
Mm,
it was a beautiful plan. It was a 3-month long marketing cycle,
okay.
intense, and I built it all out. It was beautiful. It was it was like a dream come true. It was something that I have always wanted to do. This like connected marketing plan. So connecting all the things that I knew worked and how to do, and finally, connecting it so that it could run on autopilot. So
Mm-hmm.
it was going to run with my energy for the first 3 months, and then after that, it would be on autopilot.
Okay.
Let me tell y'all how that thing fell flat on its face, but not because of what it was, the offer attached to it. No one cared about it. So I created this membership community, and it was the cheapest thing that I had ever offered in business coaching.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I basically gave them everything that I give my one-to-one coaching clients
Yeah.
for $297 a month. On my core, like roadmaps, you just take 1, 2, 3, like do the steps. No one wanted it, but
Mm,
but I now understand why. A month or so before the community came out, one of our fellow coach folks, Saria, had given me the idea to do VIP days, and I was like, all right, I throw a couple posts out, see how it resonates. I had one sales call, and she chose the coach, or the VIP day. That was let's just say my VIP day isn't it's not it's a high ticket coaching program. It's not a 297 a month. And she chose the VIP day.
right.
Even though she probably could have, because I do like Affirm and Klarna and all that, she
Mm-hmm.
probably could have paid like $25 a month for a year-long contract inside of the membership community.
Right.
But she's like, nah, sis, I want to one and done. Let's get it done.
Right.
I set her up, got her into the VIP day. We got what she needed. And I was like, you know what? I really like this. This is dope.
Yeah.
I flew to Dallas, did it in person, and I loved it. At that point, I think I was 6 months pregnant. So serious. I think I was 6 months. Um, and so we completed her program, all that stuff. Then
And
uh
so this is like a one and done then, right? You're setting her up for everything that she knows she needs, and then she's off
business
to
in
the
a
race.
box. A business in a box. Because I can't even say a majority of what I talk about in my content is marketing and sales,
Yeah.
automating like your marketing and sales. But what I do for my VIP dayers is literally creating a business in a box. And even if you already have a coaching offer, there's so much we could do to streamline it, and then build out your marketing and sales based off of the offer you're creating. Plus, every agenda is based off of the person. So every VIP day has been different.
Mm,
Yeah.
I love that. And that's like one-to-one coaching too. It's going to be
Yes.
if you know. I like to call it personal coaching.
I like that. I like that
That
a lot.
yeah, because that's what's really happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're getting to know one another, you're designing it, and more times than not, it's really happening in real time. What they need, you're qualified and can help them, but then it's just really niching it down to what it is that they really are trying to accomplish. So I love the personal coaching. That sounds fantastic. So that sounds like a beautiful accident.
Yes, because what ended up happening is the VIP days took off. It turned into my main offer, and the membership community is still the solution for the maternity leave and for the future. Because after you're done with VIP days, now you have something you can roll into to maintain what you just did. Right. One thing I feared was, okay, after we even do, the 30-day, post VIP day work,
Right.
your business doesn't stop needing support after after the 2 days of VIP days and the 30 days. No, I can't imagine not having, the level of support that I had when I first started, or even when I'm in like a scaling focus, right?
Mhm.
When you're working on different, like growing your business,
Right.
need that support. So I've launched the membership community with the VIP day clients as the people who are getting that kind of like maintenance work.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. That so it almost kind of a designed itself, like it just fell right into place. I love that for you.
Almost seemed divine, did it not?
Yes, I love that for you. And we receive all the divineness that we can over here.
Please, all of it, drop it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, just another confirmation that you're in alignment and walking in purpose. I love that. Love all of this for you. We could
Thank
talk about this all day. And so I think you're like the queen of attracting your ideal clients. What have been some of the biggest roadblocks coaches face when trying to attract clients passively? And how can they overcome them?
Oh, that's a good question. So, I would say instead of roadblocks, I want to talk about the myths actually of this one. So I'm about to throw my own content under the bus. So this is what a great example of being very focused and attracting with a focused point. I only talk about ads as automation in my content. Why? Because ain't nobody got time to talk about all the things. But I try to like seep them in every once in a while, just let people know, especially in my trainings. It's not the only way to automate your marketing or your
Mm,
sales. Matter of fact, it's not ads isn't really the solution to automate your sales. That's webinars, right? So that I don't
mhm.
really talk about webinars so much in my content. Um, but the myth that I want to talk about is that ads aren't the only way to automate your client attraction. And however, here's where y'all about to like punch me in the face is it's the best way. But sometimes when we first start out, there's no like today, the VIP day client right now,
Yeah.
she wanted the 2 day because she wanted the automation and she wanted an ads funnel built out. She is just launching her coaching program. I'm not going to help her create an ads funnel until she has her first client, right? Use your first client payment to run your ads. So we did her first day, and on the second day, we're going to do her ads funnel. That second day is not scheduled yet.
Mm,
You gotta launch, go through the process, and then we're gonna do the second day, which will most likely be in August.
mm-hmm.
And so, backtrack, full circle summary. Ads are not the only way; they are the best way, but you still have to do the work. You still got to know how to organically attract your ideal client. Like you heard my hack earlier. You, I know how to go find a client right now without ads. And
Right.
uh, secret, my ads have been off. Y'all ain't seen no hey coaches in probably a couple of months. I turned them off when I started to get a little nervous that I wasn't going to hit my maternity leave goal and I didn't want to spend any more money. Guess what happened? I still was getting clients because I know how to organically attract my ideal clients. Still reach my maternity leave target, and it'll go back on before I leave for maternity leave so that I can build my ideal clients on
Right.
my email list while I'm gone.
That's beautiful. And is that happening on autopilot at this point? Because
The
that's
for the so I use three. The way that I describe automation is in three ways. One, ads, next, team members, and the
mm,
third is software.
okay,
So I will always have the software going. There's no way around that one. And then team is like what are who can you hire to help you, like if the team member is in your attraction marketing, then they're probably combing through Facebook or Instagram looking for leads and all that. A team member can also plug in your emails into the software, right? They can be the one running the software. There's so much software out there to
right,
through social media to start those conversations. And
right.
I teach my team member or my clients to teach their team members how to talk like them so that they can initiate or continue conversations when they're at work
I
or
think that's huge.
yeah, when they're in, and it's like, don't tell them to get all in depth. Like you don't want them to get like start to coach them or anything like that. Just get some qualifying questions out the way and book the sales call so you can have an actual conversation.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. So ultimately, it's teaching the team member your voice so that they can carry the conversation to get the call booked. Is that
Yes,
right? Okay.
because a simple conversation in the DMs, especially if you're using the community the way that I teach it, like monetizing your community, you can hire a virtual assistant or even someone like, I don't know, I would say me 5 years ago, because that's what I did for that the
Mhm.
business
Right.
coach mentioned earlier. I was
Hmm.
in her DMs. It was a I'm gonna be real it was a white lady, and I pretended to be this white lady who coached fitness coaches while I was building my online fitness coaching program myself. And
I love that.
I was really good at it. And I booked calls, and I ended up, and I was actually booking calls for myself. So I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna pass you off to my assistant Stephanie, and it's Stephanie talking to them the whole time. So y'all like, that's something that I'm just like, why are we not doing this? One of my clients, the one that I was just talking shit about because of her content, um, she actually is hiring a sales team member right now so that they can start doing that. And I'm like, that's going to change the trajectory of your business
That's the truth, though.
because you need that support. And why not? Why shouldn't we have it?
Absolutely. I think that's the one thing as Black women to overcome, right? Like getting
Mhm.
being supported, that it's there for us, it's available to us. I actually made that decision today. I'm hiring a personal slash executive assistant, and we sat together and everything, and it's going to change the game for me. I need her. So I'm like, you know what, that money that I that money that I get to spend for me to be supported is worth every penny.
Every penny.
Every penny. And it's another way for you to scale and get where you're trying to go and meet your goals.
Uh-huh. So you can focus on what needs to be actually done. Yeah.
Yeah, like taking maternity leave for 3 months.
That part. I can't wait.
I love it. I love it. So we've got Kendra here. She says, say it loud for everyone. You know how to attract your ideal client. Is that the miss for most people in launching?
I think that they don't know where to find them, or they don't sit still long enough to try to find them. Or actually, let me backtrack one more time. They don't want to pick one.
I see that a lot. Co-
Like,
co-
sorry, sis, you got you. If you want to use social media marketing, because I gotta start saying this, because now everybody is like, well, I don't like Facebook, I don't like Instagram. Ain't nobody like Facebook or Instagram until I started making money through it. I was a straight up Facebook hater. I deleted the Facebook app back when, I don't know if y'all even remember this, but Facebook, when it created Messenger, like that separate
yeah,
app,
it separated it. Yeah.
also created Facebook groups. There was like a group feature. Well,
Okay.
I deleted the main Facebook app because I was like, I don't want my news feed. I just wanted my groups.
Group.
I wanted
Yeah.
the communities that I built, and that was all I wanted to focus on. And then they got rid of it real quick, and because it used to be just an app, like as if it was like Mighty Networks or something for
Yeah.
Facebook groups, and they deleted it real quick. I don't remember. I don't even think it lasted like a couple months. Honestly, it did.
Yeah. They probably recognize the error of their ways. Hey, we don't need Facebook if we're doing the groups because that's
Yeah,
what we want the community. I love
but
that.
but you need Messenger in order to have, or you need Facebook in order to have Messenger. So they wouldn't have got their ad money and all that stuff. So I always tell people, I'm like, yo, you don't have to like social media to make money off of social media. It's like you would love your website if you like the way it looks. So curate your feed so that it looks the way you want it to.
So let's talk about that because that was my next question. Like, what is one key action they can take this week to begin attracting their dream clients? So, how would that be it to curate their feed? Curate their feed.
Hmm. If they already know who their dream client is, um and they're not already like, they don't have a team member, they don't, like, we're not talking about automation, we're talking about organic marketing. Go and, oh, I'll give you a hack. And I don't know, I don't know if this resonates well with people, but I'm about, you said about to write that down. I don't know if this resonates with people. I've been getting pushback, and I'm like, this is the thing that I do for 5 minutes while I'm sitting on the toilet type energy. Like, you can do this really fast, and that is go to a competitor. This is why you gotta know who your ideal client is.
Mm-hmm.
Not a competitor like we both could go on the Hello 7 Instagram account. That would be a competitor, right? I'm not talking about a competitor like me going on Selena's account. Okay.
Right.
And I think maybe that's where people are getting hung up. You're like, I don't want to take, followers from people. First off, you can't take a client who's meant to be yours from some, or
Yeah,
you can't take a client who's meant for another coach away from. That's not
that's
how it works. Sorry, sis. So, but what you could do is be seen by this other client to give them an option, right? To allow them to see, like, they don't have to just be forcing about. They could be just following it because they don't really resonate with that person fully, but they like some of their content. You never know. It's whatever.
exactly.
But let's say, let me use an example. Who can I think of? I see someone here, fit with curves. I'm gonna use her as an example. If you, so she's most likely a fitness coach, and probably like a, I'm gonna just go because I'm looking at this picture. Uh, a woman of color with curves. Go to another woman of colors page or a non-woman of colors page
Mm-hmm.
that is also a fitness coach that talks similar to you, or has like a similar niche. Like if you focus on hormones, then go to another hormone coach.
Right.
Look at their followers. I only do this with people that have large following. It makes it's like, they can't work with all their followers, right?
Absolutely.
So I just go to their followers, look at who has an active story,
Mm-hmm.
and I probably look at the story. If I see anything in that story that resonates with me,
Right.
I will reply to the story. Now, guess what? They're in my DMs. And I don't do fluff. So I am really, like, let's say they posted a book and I've read that book, be like, yo, sis, I've read that book too. Did you just start reading it? Right? So that they can start, so we can start a conversation.
Right.
That's it for that. That's it. That's all I'm gonna
And
do.
then like you said, that's what curates
Yeah,
the
and then it's curating the feed automatically for you. And then you have someone that you can jump up, look at what hashtags they use. Right?
mm,
Go, you can spin off into other hashtags. With Catch Flights and Fitness, I leaned on hashtags. I had a couple competitors that I did that strategy with. I do the competitors way more as a business coach because it's just easier. There's a lot of
Right.
really large business coaches that fit within the niche that I want to fit within.
Right.
But with catch fights and fitness, the competitors weren't so much like other coaches; they were other brands.
Right. I see.
Travel Noir, um, the hashtag Black Girls Travel too, like stuff like that.
And is that also people that would be an ideal client? That would be an interest of theirs, right? They might enjoy traveling.
Yes, yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
Picking up what you're putting down. I like that. I like that. I like that. And that's easy because I'm on the toilet all the time. So I could
I've
totally
done that. Yes, I mean,
do that.
like, what can I do while I'm doing something else?
Absolutely. Stacking. I like that.
Mm. My
I
mom
love
sometimes asks me like, "Hey, do you want me to?" Or not my mom, my sister will ask me like, "Hey, would you like me to drive so you can work?" It was so serious, and she'll drive to wherever
Mhm.
we're going, and I'll take that time to do those simple tasks.
I love that. I love, 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 love that. I'm all about that. I think they call it multitasking, but
I don't know. I didn't say that I did it while driving.
exactly. I'm calling it stacking. I heard someone else mention that one of the books, it might have been a 12-week year or something, where they talk about stacking. So you could be on the treadmill and then watching your show while you're on the treadmill.
True.
Kind of like stacking. I
I
see it that
used to do that while walking on the trail. So so serious. Then the catch flights of fitness was big on organic. I don't do as much organic anymore because I don't have to.
right.
But I always tell people, I'm like, just because you see me not having to do it, you got to get to that point, right? G Think says Atomic Habits discusses what you're talking about.
That's what it is. Atomic habits. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Thank you,
Absolutely.
G. But you, oh man, I just lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was
So you're
saying.
saying that you don't have to be as organic as you were with catch flights and fitness.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
you're
And now but if you get like do that work for like a month, it really wasn't that long. Like y'all, well, I shouldn't say that. My launch took a month, so that part was organic.
mm-hmm.
Pre-launch, I did a lot of organic work for like maybe 2 months, but the launch energy was a month. And then after I had clients and I was working a full-time job that I called a 24/7 because it wasn't like the normal 9 to 5,
Oh, okay.
traveling every month. Like I was busy. I had a very hectic lifestyle. So I had to build that automation out fairly quickly. If you're busy, most of my clients are very they have hectic lives, and that's why they want the automation. But one missing piece, you still got to do the work. You still got to do the work before that, and then build out your automation as you go.
I like that. I like that. I feel like that's what I'm working on at this moment.
You're doing the things. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. See,
Lord have mercy. Uh, hi, Naima. Naima says she loves that idea. And Kendra says, absolutely love that. Assess, deconstruct, and then reconstruct.
I like that.
Break it
She's
down, break
such
it
a
down, break
coach.
it down. I love that. Now, so we talked about the folks that are just starting out, but what about those seasoned people? Are there any strategies for scaling their client attraction on autopilot or advanced strategies?
Get yourself a ads funnel that has a strategy. So one thing that I see, and I'm about to pick on this same client again, that poor little Tink Tink. She gonna know I'm talking about her if she ever hear this. Um, but I love her. When I tell her she is super ideal client for me. Um, but she actually I'm gonna pick on myself with catch fights and fitness. The very first ads I was doing boosted posts. Anybody else do
Oh
boosted posts?
yeah, I heard that that's not a good idea.
Boosted. We're all gonna say it together. Stop giving Meta our money for free. Okay,
Yeah,
they're not those likes and comments, and or they're probably not even commenting. You're probably your reach that you're getting is not turning into dollars. Sorry, sis. Stop giving them money. Then after that, I did have an ad strategy, but I only was it was only going to cold leads. So one issue that I see with people that are creating ads, and this is the folks that are boosted posts too. I got so many horror stories about boosted posts that aren't even mine. She said, not even said, stop it. Stop giving Meta don't need your money. They
Right.
don't need it.
Yes.
But if you want to use an advanced, oh snap, that's my favorite country. Okay, Morocco. Naima, which part? While it's on this.
She's getting her retreats on. She's doing
Yeah, she's doing the things. But an advanced ad strategy, you could figure it out on. I feel like everything in this world is figure outable on your own, but that's not something I ever did by myself. And even though I teach my clients how to create ads funnels, and I do it for them in the VIP day, there are plenty of ads coaches out there that do that. Okay, I don't advertise myself as an ads coach. Okay, way more than that. But your ad strategy needs to also be retargeting. Like, people are blown away when I tell them that you can target a list of like, oh man, I'm gonna tell you, my ads coach gonna be mad when I tell y'all this, because she told me when I learned this, I was like, it's over. I'm about to change the game. And it was, so if you have a list of clients, you can take that list of clients and create and retarget, and or not retarget, I'm sorry, and create a list that's like those clients.
Yes.
That Facebook and Instagram will go find for you. So while you're sleeping, it's going hunting for people that are just like your clients. Another thing that's missing from most ads funnels is retargeting Instagram and Facebook. So like your Instagram DMs that you're over there. Remember that organic work where you're just talking to people, recording stories? Well, now they're going to see your ads if you are retargeting your DMs via your ads funnel.
And when you say retargeting, just so that I'm clear, because this is all new to me.
No, I keep saying retargeting. It's not retargeting. It's sorry, my alarm's going off. That is not cool. It's not it's, I guess it's similar to so it's like you targeted, it's retargeting. You targeted them first by replying to their story, getting in front of them, and then your ads are just constantly getting in front of them.
Right. Because is there an ideal number of times that they have to see you, be aware of you before they make a decision?
So we learned back in the day it was 7 before they say yes, but now with the way the online marketing is going, from what I've heard, it's over 10. So it's just getting worse and worse. So you think, oh, well, they just ignored me in the DMs, or they ghosted me on my sales call, whereas they're just they're just busy, or they are embarrassed because they missed the call and didn't want to say anything because they forgot. And you have the ability with the ads funnel for the next year with certain audiences to retarget them.
Wow.
Yes, ads are amazing, and they're not as expensive as you think. I blew this lady away at a conference. This was a couple years ago when I first started using. Well, I think I was using it for like maybe 6 months at the time.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, yeah, my first ad, the first ad that I used for Catch Flights and Fitness, I spent $400 in a month and made $15K. And I did no organic marketing. And she was like, excuse me, she spends thousands of dollars. It was this lady that thousands of dollars. Now she had like a multi-million-dollar business, all this, she had way more. And I was like, well, I wonder if you look at the percentage spent, if it would be similar. Like you just are hearing 400, but my 15K might not mean much to you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But she was shocked that I was able to do it myself. That was what her shock was.
Right. I love that for you. Hey, all right. If there are any questions out there, feel free to continue to drop your questions for Stefanie. Stephanie, I want to change the conversation and talk a little bit more about you.
Okay.
So, what non-business related hobby or passion that keeps you energized and inspired do you have?
Traveling. Oh wait, which side? Here we go. My air horn.
I love that. I love that. And so now you said Morocco is one of your favorite places. Anywhere else?
My favorite resort that I've ever been on is the Royalton in Antigua because they blew me away. I never knew you could have a butler at a resort, and I had a 24/7 butler that would bring me like bottles of tequila,
Love it.
food at all, like whenever I asked for it, and they gave me like their WhatsApp. And I would be like, "Hey, can you bring me a champagne and some orange juice?" And they bring a bottle of champagne and a carafe of orange juice.
I love that. Hey, I'm about that acts of service life. For
Yeah,
real, for real.
girl, I didn't know that was my love language until until then.
I love it. I love it. We've got another question here. How do you get your current list of clients aligned in Facebook?
I don't understand the question. How do you get your current list of clients aligned? If you're talking about what I was referring to with the Facebook ads, I'm gonna assume that's what she's talking about. It's so you have to go into your ads manager and create a custom audience with your client list, and then create a lookalike audience for that custom audience. That's how you do it.
Love that. Give us those cheat codes, girl.
Child, we all need to be making money. Okay.
I know that's right. Help us all out. Y'all come back and watch
Let me
this
know how it works for you. You know, I'm always I love hearing the success stories.
I love that you are sharing all of these beautiful cheat codes. So, when you think about that, what was your biggest inspiration or mentor in your journey and why?
Who was my biggest inspiration or mentor?
Or what?
It was I call her my very first business coach. She was not a business coach. She was hired to replace my therapist. She
Mm,
was also a therapist, but she was moving into life coaching. And but I don't know why. I really don't know why. From our very first session, we only talked about my business. And
mm.
at the time, I was doing like product sales through Herbalife,
Oh, okay.
coaching the clients that I would get through Herbalife. So I was basically using Herbalife to monetize my coaching business because I didn't really understand how to monetize my own value and my own brand.
I
And she
understand.
was coaching me through that. By the time we were done, like then I went and found the other business coach who gave me a strategy. But with that first business coach, quote unquote business coach, I got two clients at the time, like two clients just from her telling me, it's possible. And so now we're business besties. Like literally, I still talk to her to this day, and we really just help each other thrive in our businesses and in our personal life. Love her
I
so
love that.
much, and
I love
without her, I don't think that any of this would exist without that experience with her.
and her helping your confidence, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even like confident. I had no clue. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, you don't know what you don't know. I didn't know that online coaching was something that I could do
Mm,
as a full-time job. Because, like, I was making really good money as a special agent for Homeland Security, but I didn't think that there was something that could pay me more, especially not by my own, like my own grit. And
yes.
yeah, I didn't think that, and
Mhm.
not in fitness either.
And you make it look really easy for the rest of us checking for you out there. It
It's
just
not. I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't. That's what I said earlier. I was like, y'all. That's why I try to throw out the authenticity as much as possible because I still have to overcome like my story about what I had to go through to even leave Denver, to then leave Atlanta, to come to Jersey. Like that was and then to stay in oh my gosh, like to stay here. Oh, I'm about to get emotional. But it's still very, because I could just up and just be like, I give up. Forget it. It wasn't that bad. Like, oh, no more. But no, I have to, because I gotta walk towards the vision that I want to create, not away from it because it's hard.
I love this for you. I love that you understand your assignment, even though there were some boulders on the path. You are going to complete the mission. I'm excited for you. I'm proud of you. Absolutely proud of you. This is what you should be doing.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm super excited for all that's to come. Wow, girl, you're about to make me tear up.
I'm holding it together.
I know. I'm probably a softie, so what is one surprising thing about you that most people don't know, even though you share a lot?
Right. Oh man, because now everybody knows about my special agent career. What else? Let me think. Oh, I used to be a teacher, like a high school teacher. When I graduated from college, I tried to be a substitute teacher in April, and they were like, ma'am, the school year is almost over. I was like, I don't care. I need money now. Put me as a substitute. And I remember being $100. I think I was in Miami at the time. That's where I lived, and it was like $100 a day, and I had no job. I had no money. I was like living, by myself, paying rent, and like my apartment my electricity was getting cut off all the time. I was like, I got to do something. Somebody told me, oh, become a substitute teacher. Well, when I went to interview for a substitute teacher, they saw, oh, you have a University of Miami degree. You went and did, I think I had master's classes, some of them at that point. And they were like, well, we have this program. If you're interested, we'll pay you a $2,000 stipend. It's like, whatever it is, just sign me up. The $2,000 stipend and hire you to be a full-time teacher. Are you down? But the full-time teaching job wouldn't start to the new year. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how much is it? It was $38,000 a year. And I said, yes, please. Like, I begged for it. That felt like I was making $1 million back then.
Yeah.
And, so I became a math teacher for an inner city school in Miami at the age of 20.
I love this.
It was not pretty, but it was cool. It was cool.
I love that. And did you finish out the year? Did you go through that whole
2 years? So I did 2 years, right? Like, and then that's the end of the second year, I got the job as a special agent. That was actually that was my dream career, but it took 3 years to get that job. So like I had to find something before in between college. And then I got that job, and then I moved to the desert in California for 6 years. I lived in the desert for 6 years.
Really? I was just going to say, were you still stationed in Miami? And so I lived in the desert, Las Vegas. Where did you live in the desert at?
That ain't no desert. I can't stand you. Really it is the desert, but I'm talking about the desert. Like there was no civilization, but it was, so Vegas was 5 hours north. I was on the border of Mexico and Calexico. So for all y'all, if y'all want to look it up in the map, it's like what it looks like. The highway, you just get off the highway and there's desert.
like
120 degrees in the summertime. All that.
Oh, you did it 6 years. You said
6 years, and then I went to Chicago.
That you went from the desert to winter storm.
Gladly.
Wow.
and fell in love with Chicago. Yes.
You have lived. I thought I lived a lot. A
I
lot of
have
love.
lived multiple lives.
Yes,
I
you
keep saying I'm
have.
gonna have my book when I write it will be a 7-part series.
Absolutely. And Kazia, if I'm saying that correctly,
Because
is
I
going,
because
because
I
Dahlia is going to she's going to get a lot of good stories. You got to
That's true. I never thought about that.
share them with her. So speaking of books, this is something I do love to ask.
Okay.
What book or books would you recommend that have changed your life, that have really, anything that has inspired you or you would recommend? What do you read?
I'll share something that I'm going through right now. I wouldn't say it is still reading, but it's a 28-day challenge in the book. I wish I usually have it on my desk and I would show it. But it's in the living room because the I was using it. I was reading through it right before we hopped on here. But it's called the Magic. It's from the Secret series,
Oh yeah.
book series. But this particular book, The Magic, is a gratitude practice. And I will tell you, before, opening up this thing, I didn't think I had an issue of gratitude or nothing like that. And I still don't per se, but the what I went through over the past year, what I went through over the past what now? Where we at? Almost 9 months. Like what I had to go through there, it really was. It was blocking my blessings because of my own mindset, and I see it even in my
Mhm.
clients. Yeah, and oh my gosh, I'm so glad you know about it. Even in my clients, like just the negative self-talk. I didn't realize, like I didn't think that I was a negative self-talk person. And I'm not. It doesn't come out my mouth, but I'm a negative self-thought person in
Mhm.
my head. And one
Yeah,
of my friends actually sparked it in me and was like, girl, I almost had to drop you. Like I couldn't talk to you because you were so like negative. You were bringing your vibration was bringing me down, and I was going through something, and I needed you to help me bring myself. Like I couldn't support even my friend, and it bothered me, but in a not in the way of probably what folks are thinking. I wasn't offended by what she said. I was
right.
I can't be this person. I don't
Absolutely.
wanna be this person. I want to be the person that lifts others up. Yes, we need some folks to lean on every once in a while, but I'm a strong ass woman. I can lift. I, I had no problem fixing my mindset, and all I did was take that shift from that friend to tell me about myself, that I was on a very low vibration, and I went into actually the Law of Attraction book was the first thing that I read.
Hmm.
Another business bestie. I tell you, I need those tribe members.
Absolutely.
Told me about the magic, and I started doing that. And I honestly attribute those two books changing my vibration from this low energy, this low place, being scared and fearful and very worried about maternity leave, how I was going to fund this, how I was going to, keep surviving because my launch wasn't going the way I wanted it to, right? And and keep thriving and do it solo, right? Like I'm in this by myself. Well, I can't knock my family, right? But I don't have a significant other anymore. So I was really scared,
Yeah,
and changing my mindset, changing that what I was attracting literally raised my vibration and got me exactly what I wanted. And I know it's going to continue to give me the life that I deserve. And right now,
absolutely.
I think today's day 26 of the 28-day series. And I've been telling everybody about that book. Like, girl, get it, change your mindset, raise that vibration, and let's go get after these blessings.
Absolutely. And I love that you're even talking about this and having the courage to say that that's exactly what happened, right? Some people don't even recognize that it's a mindset issue. It's the internal conversation that they're having with themselves that's kind of beating them up. We're going through that PQ, positive quotient intelligence program right now to be able to help serve them so that they can kind of change their mindset. So that's beautiful. I really appreciate this. I'm so proud of you,
Thank
um, because that starts with being honest with yourself. Is this the person that I want to be? Is this how I want to show up? And so many people that I encounter are afraid to go within.
Mm.
And you have everything that you need. It's all right there. I'm so proud of you. You can do this, and you're going to attract the partner that you're supposed to have. He might
Oh,
have,
absolutely.
yeah.
I'm
So
already manifesting him the right. Like when I tell you, it's so crazy. I will say, I always break my relationships that I'm not supposed to be in by manifesting the love that I'm supposed to have.
I love that for you.
That's all I'm
Amen.
saying. Yep.
And when it's time, it'll be time. I love that for you. This has been an amazing conversation, Stephanie. Where can the beautiful people out in the universe find you?
So I am on Instagram as the Stefanie Julia. It's Stephanie with an F. And I'm on Facebook as Stefanie Julia. But if you want to, I'll actually easiest thing is grabbing my free training. And for those of you, because we talked about two different levels. So if
Mm-hmm.
you are like Steph, I don't even understand the organic side that you're talking about. Can I get that? I actually go through what I did in order to launch Catch Flights and Fitness, launch an online coaching business, and
Mm-hmm.
make 15K. And it's at the VIPcoaches.com/gift. So
That's
again,
awesome.
the VIPcoaches.com/gift. And then I also have, for those of y'all that are like, yo, sis, I need the automation and I need it now. It's at the VIP coaches/FB. So like Facebook FB.
I love that. I love
You
that.
get that, and the email you get will get you connected to me in all the places.
Now, do they have up until June 15th to get that? Because we're going on maternity leave after the 15th.
Nope, because my automation will be working for me even when I'm on maternity leave. So get it now, because if you want, I'll tell you what's going to stop is the phone calls. So if you want to have a conversation with me, then you need to get on that now. That's let's have that conversation now, because I do still have one more spot open for VIP days in June.
I love that. I love that. I love this for you. I'm super
Thank
excited for you. So before we get out of here, I like to ask my guests if they have any questions for me. Do you have any questions for me?
you. Girl, what you up to?
Oh, what am I up to? I'm up to a little bit of everything. So today was a good day. I did share that I am looking to hire an executive assistant. So that was totally fun. I had her come here and really so she could get a real vibe because I planned for her to like. And the beautiful thing about that and knowing when you're in alignment, her strengths are my weaknesses.
Ooh, isn't that beautiful?
I love
Match made in heaven.
absolutely, absolutely beautiful brown girl. Just super excited about that. And then the other thing that I'm working on is messaging, my messaging, and just really identifying and honing in on that and who my ideal client is. I know who she is, but just really talking to her in the way that she needs to be heard. I'm also going to be launching the Village Healing Circle.
Mhm.
Next week. That's going to be a safe place for the women that I serve to be able to come because they're not out in the open having this conversation because they don't feel safe. They don't feel protected. And so I want to create that space in that environment. So be on the lookout for that. The Village Healing Circle is coming. And then what else am I doing? I just started, I joined a golf league because I need to do some
You
things
serious?
I enjoy. So every Thursday I play golf. And what else? Is there anything
That's awesome.
yeah, and I'm looking for a yoga class that I can also join. And I'm in therapy. I
Child,
yeah,
we need it.
and this is serious therapy. We're doing hypnosis, and I really need to start having this conversation for my women that are going through and been impacted by narcissistic relationships because I'm still like healing through some of that. Um, and I think it's important important to have that conversation because healing is a journey. It's not a destination.
Well, I'm very interested to hear about that. So
Yeah,
please share.
absolutely. I will do that. I will do that. I thank you. Anything else that you would love to share before we get out of here?
Nope. Thank you so much for allowing me to be in this space with you. This was a joy, and I can't believe how long we've been on here. Like I can believe it because like I feel like I've been cheesing nonstop, and my face hurts.
Well, you have definitely got the glow going on.
Well, thank
For
you.
sure. You look phenomenal. So I'm excited for you. I can't wait to see how motherhood goes for you. I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be
Thank you
amazing.
so much.
So I'm super excited. Well, thank you all for your questions. Please continue to drop them in the comments. This live will stay on in where you're finding it. We will also be on YouTube as well. We're on LinkedIn, Facebook, and yeah, that's all the goodness that we got for you. And I'm sure that if you have questions, Stefanie will continue to ask them, and we'll also drop the names of those books that she shared as well, and any other pertinent information on how you can get in touch with her. So that's our time. We love you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. We've got another beautiful guest. I never know who it is ahead of time. You got to just check. We'll be sharing it. I think it comes out every Tuesday. Who's the next guest? So be on the lookout for it. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, we're going to end.